Hello, and welcome back to another season of Reeltv. Yay! On our show, we report and discuss the latest movie news and bring you the scoop from behind the scenes in Hollywood. I'm your host, Connor Smith.
And I'm also your host, Lindsey And today we will be discussing Oscar nominations. Woo! Oscars!
Literally
coming right around the bend.
Oscars my favorite day of the year.
Super exciting, yeah.
Like Christmas, my birthday, like screw that. Like Oscars is the day where I'm like in heaven.
The golden day.
But yeah, so what did you think? What surprises, snubs?
Yeah.
There's a lot of really interesting things this year.
Definitely. Well, I really enjoyed The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. So I'm bummed that Ben Stiller isn't on for directing. I thought he did a phenomenal job. It was absolutely gorgeous, just breathtaking, you know, just every scene just was really well thought, and the script and just everything. It just was a magical movie.
Where was it filmed? Greenland?
Yeah,
It was
Greenland and
gorgeous.
Iceland for like 6 months.
It was gorgeous. The movie was
amazing.
beautiful to
Yeah.
look at. I wrote down I made a Facebook status about Oscar thoughts, so I just printed that. I'm so happy that Gravity got 10 nominations. I am ecstatic.
What a number.
I mean, like, Titanic and Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and Ben-Hur won 11, but being nominated for 10 is still pretty great. I mean, those are what holds the record. And I think American Hustle also got 10 Oscar nominations, which I liked but didn't love, but yay for Gravity.
Yeah.
And then what else am I super excited for? Yeah, I love that a lot of movies got more love than I thought they would. Like Dallas Buyers Club got a lot of nominations, and I didn't think it would get Best Picture over Inside Llewyn Davis. I didn't think that, which was also really damn good, and I'm kind of sad that got snubbed. Blue Jasmine, Woody Allen's movie, was great, and I didn't think Sally Hawkins would get a nomination. I knew Cate Blanchett would, but got a lot of good stuff. And then the other one I was surprised about was Wolf of Wall Street, because that movie kind of divided. It was very divided in opinion. Like a lot of people thought it was excessive to be excessive, and a lot of people thought it was like excessive just to I don't know, they kind of went back and forth about it for a while. So I'm kind of surprised that they loved it.
It took
a lot of
time
nominations
to get them started with the story and everything I heard. And it took Dallas Buyers Club 23 years to get that going, which is amazing.
And it was an amazing movie, well-deserved.
And losing 43 pounds to play a role, God, it's amazing to see his transformation from Magic Mike and just being the sexiest man alive. And going to that, and I really applaud him for his ability to do that.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway's probably eating donuts, scratching her back with her Oscar, after losing all that weight, just how much weight did she lose?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
And then she denied that she lost any. She's like, oh, I didn't do anything bad to lose that weight. And then she's like, haven't eaten in 6 days.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like Mila Kunis ate only egg whites when she was in Black Swan to get down to a ballerina body.
That's pretty interesting.
Gosh, couldn't do that.
Yeah, not me. Then there were a lot of movies I was surprised got nothing. I wrote down Inside Llewyn Davis, which I'm a huge Coen fan. I love the Coen brothers, and I was just kind of nothing. I love Fargo and Big Lebowski and all those movies, and I was surprised didn't get anything. Saving Mr. Banks, specifically Emma Thompson.
Yes.
I cried during that movie. I was so moved. I thought it was funny and sweet, and I was just surprised that got nothing. Before Midnight and also Mud, which were two they're more indie than mainstream movies, but I didn't. And also Fruitvale Station, I thought those would get at least something. But it's almost the thing that there are so many great movies, someone's got to be.
Yeah.
I'm not wow, this shouldn't have been here and this should have been here. It's more well, someone's got to get cut.
Yeah, 2013 was a great year for
it. Was. Every year at the end of the year, I found myself being wow, that was a good year.
Yeah.
I'm never God, that year was awful.
Yeah.
Any other? Jonah Hill and Sally Hawkins. Yes. Those were a couple unexpected surprises, at least.
I'm rooting for him. I hope Jonah Hill gets something. He's been in the business for a while. 2007 was when Superbad came out, and so that was his big debut, really. So, that'd be really exciting to see him get that.
Let that settle for a little bit. 2-time Oscar-nominated actor Jonah Hill. But, good for him, because he's picking really good roles. Yeah. Moneyball was great. Wolf was great.
Yes. Wonderful.
Blackfish, this documentary about SeaWorld. Phenomenal. It's gotten so much buzz. Artists have been invited to sing at SeaWorld. How they'll have venues and stuff. And they're not coming because of this documentary. It's a big deal. Wow. They're really Yeah,
That's
so,
really nice.
and I'm surprised it didn't get a nomination. I thought it would, and I saw it. I thought it was riveting. I thought it was really, really moving. It was really great, but...
Man, well, that's the beauty of film.
Yeah. And then I also wrote down a couple things. Brave can win a Best Animation Feature Oscar, and Monsters U doesn't even get nominated.
Yeah, like, I'm
really Brave.
Really
Bears.
angry.
She turned into a bear. Come on, like whatever. That bugged me.
Monsters U was great. Like the music. Oh my gosh, it was just wonderful. The storyline, everything.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. Where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be late to my first day of class." Do you remember that? Like I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
And then I think we have to, maybe we should just take like a 2-minute pause and just like let the fact that Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa and Lone Ranger are now Oscar nominated films. Like let's just let that settle for a little minute.
Oh my God, Bad Grandpa.
But Bad Grandpa has
really
great
funny.
makeup.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what'd you think of the makeup?
That was amazing.
Like,
yeah, just to wake up at 4 in the morning every day and put that on and like it looked so real. I was completely, shocked.
I mean, getting your balls caught in a vending machine is probably not like that's not really art, but like the makeup and like that is really interesting. That because I mean I feel like if Sacha Baron Cohen made another movie like Borat or Bruno, people would be like, "You're that guy from Borat," because he's done it so Dictator. He's done it so many times, but like that was a full on like
the whole thing
transformation. And
my
that
gosh.
movie.
And his grandson dressed up as like a little toddler from. Oh my God! Oh, that was so great. Like in his tiara and doing his dance and I just died.
It was a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Yeah, it really was.
And also Lone Ranger was just like awful. I wrote down Lone Ranger was filth, but shiny looking filth, mind you.
Yes.
Because it was just so awful, but it was really like visually pleasing. Like, I mean, it was directed by Gore Verbinski, who did Pirates 1 through 3. So, I mean, it was very pretty, even though it was really grimy and nasty pretty.
I was really saddened by that. I actually saw it the day it came out. I was so excited. I'm
You're like, Johnny Depp!
I was like, Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer, so good looking. I was like, this is going to be amazing. And it just fell totally flat.
It was boring.
Yeah.
It was 2.5 hours of sand.
So long.
It was just like, God. Okay, this is really random, but in Jimmy Neutron, there was an episode where they were watching a documentary, and it was like about like the desert, and he's like, and there's sand. And sand. And it was just like, it went on for like 20 minutes about just sand. That was really, but that's kind of how I felt about Lone Ranger.
Exactly.
It was just like really dull, like let's get this thing going, but nothing really ever
makeup
happened.
peeling off the whole time,
But the action scenes were really good. The train chases were good, but other than that, it was really empty, that movie. And no Best Actor nomination for Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Psh. Emma Thompson and Tom Hanks were probably the biggest like actor snubs this year.
That's
but
really
and especially because Tom Hanks had Saved Mr. Banks and Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a lot of people thought he would almost get 2 nominations, but he really got nothing. Yeah, and then
I feel like he hasn't shown since Forrest Gump. Like
he won
hasn't
for
been
Forrest
like
Gump.
awarded until.
And he's had a lot of great roles: Castaway,
Mm-hmm.
Terminal, Catch Me If You Can. Like a lot of people hate The Terminal, but whatever. And then any last words? Any last?
I'm pretty content.
I'm very content too. My last thing was Go Prisoners, because I love the movie Prisoners, and it got a nomination for Best Cinematography for Roger Deakins. So go him.
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned, and we're going to have Golden Globes discussions, and I'm going to give my top 10 favorite movies of 2013. And later, there'll be some news and Hollywood buzz and some trivia, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to Reeltv. I'm Rachel Hine.
And I'm Gabe Cohen. Today we are going to talk about some of the nominations and winners of the Golden Globes. And there's plenty to talk about, so.
Yeah, it was a fun night.
It was a great night.
Yeah.
We'll start out with the Best Motion Picture winner for the drama section. 12 Years a Slave won. Incredible performances. Michael Fassbender was amazing. Chiwetel Ejiofor got a nomination as well for Best Actor.
Yeah.
Great movie. Very interesting subject. Very different from Django, which of course is a little similar, but at the same time very different.
Yeah, I thought, I hadn't seen 12 Years a Slave yet, but I loved Gravity, and I was very glad that was nominated.
Very visually pleasing movie.
I really loved that. Yeah. And what did you think of the Best Motion Picture or Comedy or Musical?
Loved American Hustle. I thought there were strong performances all around. I just want to say Louis C.K. being in that film just made my day. I went into there, didn't really realize he was in it, but he came out of nowhere, and I just thought there was great performances. Jennifer Lawrence.
I thought Jennifer Lawrence was great. I really thought she played the role well.
And she got herself a Golden Globe as well.
Yeah.
Moving on, Best Actor in Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. Leonardo DiCaprio took that home. He was incredible. Him and Martin Scorsese pushed the boundaries. Just that movie was a bit excessive, very divided, as was said, and just very critically acclaimed.
Yeah, no, he's always been great in everything he's in, I think.
How do you feel about Frozen taking home the Best Animated Feature Film?
I love Frozen. I'm very, very happy. They seemed like just so happy when they were up there, and I really wanted it to win. And I love the music from it. I love the storyline. I love the actors.
It's a Disney film, right?
Yeah, and
Disney always.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't see The Croods, but I saw Despicable Me 2, and I'm very happy that Frozen won over Despicable Me 2. Yeah, I definitely thought so.
Best Supporting Actress in Motion Picture, Jennifer Lawrence, as we said, she took that home. She was phenomenal, I thought.
I thought so too. I think she deserved it. She really did. I mean, she's great in everything.
Some of the scenes in American Hustle, she just stole it. She stole it, I think.
Really did.
Best Director in a Motion Picture, Alfonso Cuarón, director of Gravity, did a great job.
And that was incredible.
Gravity was incredible.
It really was. I thought, like, visually.
The opening scene, it blew my mind, to be honest. Yeah.
You felt like you were there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Crazy.
Ordinary Love from Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom.
That won the Best Original Song.
Yeah, and U2. It was great seeing Bono up there.
I mean, I wanted Taylor to win for One Chance, but you know,
Taylor Swift. Yeah. She always finds a way to get in there, right? Yeah. She always does. But,
I'm biased though, so it's okay.
Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad deserved it 100%. Got to go up there twice.
Everyone that watched it.
Everybody. About it. I think people were very, very happy about that win.
Yeah.
100%.
I have not heard any complaints.
And they took it home. Robin Wright in House of Cards. Very deserving. Her and Kevin Spacey, great.
Yeah.
And Netflix has just been cranking it out. Yeah. They got season 2's coming up.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome. Best Actress in a TV Series, Musical or Comedy, Amy Poehler, right?
She deserves it, I think. She's hysterical.
Yeah. Parks and Recreation.
She always makes me laugh, always.
Her and Tina Fey, you know?
I was just going to say her and Tina Fey.
I just want to point out, I think Julia Louis-Dreyfus in Veep, also always a great performance. I think she's hilarious.
Yeah, she's
Ever
funny.
since Seinfeld, I'm just a big fan.
Yeah,
you know?
She's very, very funny.
And then we have Andy Samberg from Brooklyn Nine-Nine taking home a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a TV Series.
I really want to start watching that show.
It's funny. It's really funny. Like, the comedy's great. It moves very quickly, and it's just amusing.
It sounds like a show I would like. I really would like to watch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then, are you forgetting anything? What else
No,
is there?
there's plenty.
Oh.
We've got lots of stuff. John Voight and Ray Donovan, Best Supporting Actor in a Series, Miniseries, or TV Movie. Very gritty show. Showtime's good with that. And Liev Schreiber, great performance in that show as well. He's a powerhouse.
Yeah. No, I feel like all of the nominees were very
deserving.
Yeah.
Like Amy Adams.
Oh, she was incredible.
She's great.
I mean, I think she's just great actress all around. Her and Jennifer Lawrence are both.
I agree.
Really good, I thought.
I thought Bradley Cooper, Christian Bale, I want to say right now is probably one of the best actors out there at this time. And when Robert De Niro pops out of nowhere, I mean, I knew he was coming, but when he came, like, I didn't really recognize him at first, and he came and brought it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No questions about that. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I definitely think everyone was deserving of it. I really do. And I thought overall it was pretty good.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
It was a great show. And Jonah Hill going up there.
Oh.
Margot Robbie, I believe her name, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I love The Wolf of Wall Street, and Jonah Hill.
I haven't seen it yet, but I really
definitely worth it. It's a wild ride, I'll say that much, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely going to see it soon.
So it's been a great year for movies. The Golden Globes, great to watch.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, always doing a great job. You know.
I'm excited for next year, Golden Globes 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be back for more in a couple minutes. Bye bye.
Hello and welcome back to Reeltv. I'm Connor Smith. I kind of look alone up here. We usually have another person up here, but it is time to give my top 10 films of 2013. It was a good year for movies, so let's just get started. I limited myself to 5 honorable mentions, and in alphabetical order. They are Behind the Candelabra, Blackfish, Blue Jasmine, The Conjuring, and Inside Llewyn Davis. So those are 5 darn good movies, but I wanted to limit myself, so I didn't go on forever. All right, number 10 is a movie called Disconnect. Sensitive, realistic, and deeply compelling, Disconnect explores the overabundance of technology in today's society. The film tells 3 separate stories, and throughout the film, the stories intertwine. One follows an awkward teenager who's catfished by bullies at his school. Another follows a reporter looking to get the scoop on a young sex camp performer. And the third and final story follows a couple who are victims of cybercrime. The film begins slowly, but builds to an unforgettable and masterfully shot climax. Disconnect left me stunned, moved, and without words. It's an intelligent and provocative thriller with a brutally real message that I won't forget anytime soon. So the number 10 is Disconnect. Yes, alrighty. So number 9 is Prisoners. How far would you go to protect your family? Denis Villeneuve's Prisoners is a powerful, intricate, and twist-filled thriller that shows just how far one man will go to find his abducted daughter. Though it was advertised as a revenge thriller, Prisoners is so much more. A multi-layered mystery, a violent morality tale, and an absorbing character study. The film opens with a single shot of a wintry forest. From its chilling first frame, Prisoners immediately immerses due to its gloomy and damp atmosphere and its unapologetically bleak tone. Beautifully filmed by director Denis Villeneuve and cinematographer Roger Deakins, who just got an Oscar nomination, so go him. Prisoners is gorgeous in its execution. With equally fantastic performances from Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal, Prisoners is a thought-provoking and heart-stopping maze that'll keep you on the edge of your seat and even leave you with food for thought. So number 9 is Prisoners, and it's really good, so check it out. Number 8, Dallas Buyers Club. Guided by powerful performances from Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto, Dallas Buyers Club is one of the year's most moving dramas. The film tells the story of drug-addicted cowboy Ron Woodruff, whose life changes suddenly when he's diagnosed with HIV and given 30 days to live. Without sufficient medication, Woodruff takes matters into his own hands and establishes a business where sick patients can get the FDA-denied medication they need. Dallas Buyers Club is sometimes funny, other times devastating, but always compelling. It's a necessary, mature, and meaningful film that has recently gotten some much-deserved Oscar attention from McConaughey and Leto. So, Dallas Buyers Club, number 8. Number 7 is Saving Mr. Banks. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. As whimsical and funny as it is poignant and tender, Saving Mr. Banks is a moving biopic that will delight Disney fans and regular moviegoers alike. Beautifully written by screenwriters Kelly Marcel and Sue Smith, the film sheds a great amount of light onto the making of the classic Mary Poppins, as well as the troubled life of author P.L. Travers. With her arms crossed and a look of indifference on her face, Emma Thompson shines as the grumpy and strict, if not misunderstood, author P.L. Travers. As the events from her troubled childhood unfold, her actions in the context of her novel become clear. She's phenomenal on screen, and her negative attitude and Grinch-like progression are infectious. Heartfelt, cheerful, and wonderfully nostalgic, Saving Mr. Banks is a beautiful film that brought me to tears and entertained me in the most delightful way. And I wrote Mary Poppins joke lols, so there was a good Mary Poppins pun there. So, number 6 is 12 Years a Slave. Harrowing, relentless, and incredibly difficult to watch, 12 Years a Slave is one of the greatest films ever created on the topic of American slavery. Masterfully crafted and featuring an incredible performance from Chiwetel Ejiofor, 12 Years a Slave is unflinching and brutal. 12 Years a Slave follows the journey of Solomon Northup, a free man who was drugged and sold into slavery. Throughout the film, director Steve McQueen forces you to feel and witness every painful moment that Solomon goes through. The film also features one of the year's finest performances from Lupita Nyong as Patsy, another slave who is physically abused by her and Solomon's heartless master, Edwin Epps, who's played by Michael Fassbender and also gives an incredible performance here. Number 5, we're getting down, is Mud, also Matthew McConaughey. From the director of 2011's Marvel Taking Shelter, Mud stars Matthew McConaughey as a mysterious fugitive who requests the assistance of 2 local boys to help him reunite with his girlfriend Juniper, who's played by Reese Witherspoon. The story is simple enough, but the performances are what make the film so miraculous. As one of the 2 kids, Ty Sheridan, who was in 2011's Tree of Life, gives a strong and emotional performance. Also, deviating from her usual rom-coms, Reese Witherspoon stands out as Mud's girlfriend. Along with Dallas Buyers Club and Wolf of Wall Street, 2013 has reaffirmed my faith in Matthew McConaughey. The film's southern setting, filmed with scenic forests and riversides, is utilized to perfection, and the character-driven script is original as well. Mud tells a story that's absorbing, funny, and suspenseful. The best coming-of-age story I've seen in a long time. Mud is not to be missed. So that was Mud. Number 4 is Fruitvale Station. Getting down to the wire here. Based on the real-life story of Oscar Grant III, who's played by Michael B. Jordan, the film follows Grant on the day leading up to his tragic and needless death at a Bay Area rapid transit station on New Year's Day in 2009. With a career-making performance from Jordan, Fruitvale Station is devastating and necessary. Taking place in a single day, the film allows you to emotionally connect with Oscar and understand the compelling relationships he has with his wife, mother, and child. At the helm of 27-year-old Ryan Coogler, the ordinary and mundane, everyday moments in Oscar's life are treated with such frailness, and as they individually unfold, you feel an unprecedented sense of foreboding. Heartbreaking, inspiring, and sublime in its message, the film's last 20 minutes are incredibly difficult to sit through. Fruitvale Station is one of those films where once the credits roll, you don't dare be the first to move or get out of your seat. You sit, cry a little bit, and think about the events that took place on New Year's Day in 2009. So that was Fruitvale Station. Number 3 is The Hunt. Picture The Crucible without the melodrama, and you have The Hunt. Not to diss Arthur Miller there, The Crucible's a good play. But the film follows lonely teacher Lucas, who's played by Mads Mikkelsen, who's accused of sexually abusing his best friend's daughter. As the gossip spreads throughout the town, he is deemed a sexual predator and shunned by his tight-knit community. Mikkelsen gives the year's best male performance as Lucas, a normal, honest, and kind man whose life is flipped upside down by a small white lie. Carrying the entire film on his shoulders, Mikkelsen's performance is gripping and unsettling. Writer-director Thomas Vinterberg has created something special in The Hunt, a crazy, intelligent, and difficult film that has the year's most surprising ending. I love that movie so much. All right. I guess that's a terrible way to follow it up with this big writing description by saying I love it so much. But number 2 is Before Midnight. The Before trilogy is somewhat of a marvel. With an 8 to 9 year gap in between each installment, the return of Jesse and Celine couldn't have come soon enough. More so than any other romantic film, these characters feel so genuinely real. Almost like you're not watching a film, the romantic pair are impeccably well conceived and flawlessly executed by actors Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy. The way Jesse and Celine fall in love in Before Sunrise, reunite in Before Sunset, and stay in love in Before Midnight is nothing short of perfection. All 3 of the films utilize long tracking shots where the camera follows the 2 leads for entire 10, 20-minute conversations. The third and final installment in the trilogy is so effective because it follows the 2 characters during some of their toughest times as a couple. While the first 2 films were mostly worry-free and light in terms of conversation, Before Midnight dares to show what happens during some of their worst moments together. A nearly perfect ending to one of the greatest trilogies of all time, Before Midnight is an ingenious piece of cinema that allows you to reconnect and say goodbye to cinema's most endearing, charming, and lovable couple. And number 1 is no surprise to anybody. It is Gravity, which is like, oh my God, yeah, we know. But either way, it's going to be one hell of a ride. Terrifying, compelling, and groundbreaking for the sci-fi genre. Gravity is more than just a film. It's a spectacle of the most beautiful kind. It's a film that seamlessly blends Earth's splendor and eloquence with taut, in-your-face, and mind-numbingly spectacular suspense sequences. Marvelously envisioned by writer-director Alfonso Cuarón and beautifully scored by Stephen Price, Gravity's one hell of an experience. As Dr. Ryan Stone, Sandra Bullock gives the best performance of her career. Struggling with the loss of her daughter, Bullock creates a fragile and vulnerable character who finds her strength when she's at her most helpless. But the thrills in Gravity aren't what make it a classic, but more so Stone's emotional rebirth and physical journey. The film examines the human condition from someone in their most susceptible state. Why keep fighting when there's nobody on Earth waiting for you to come home? The film's final 15 minutes are among the greatest I've ever seen. Thrilling, heart-wrenching, and incomprehensibly gorgeous, Gravity left me emotionally distraught and blubbering like a baby. From the visual effects to the cinematography to Stephen Price's epic score, the entire sequence is perfect. I've seen Gravity 4 times, and each time my hands shake, my heart rate rises, and my emotions reach all-time high levels. Gravity is mind-blowing, mesmerizing, shocking, daring, epic, emotional, and life-affirming. It's 2013's best film, and one that I'll carry close with me for the rest of my life. So thank you for watching. My name's Connor Smith, and those are my top 10 movies of 2013.
Welcome back to Reeltv. Next Friday, I, Frankenstein is being released in theaters. In a dystopian era, Adam Frankenstein, played by Aaron Eckhart, becomes involved in a war between a clan of gargoyles and a clan of demons in an ancient city.
Yay, that sounds so interesting. And now time for some Hollywood buzz. Fans eager to see Superman and Batman together on the big screen are going to have to wait a little bit longer. Warner Brothers has pushed the release of Zack Snyder's untitled sequel, Man of Steel, or Batman vs. Superman, whatever you want to call it, from July 17th, 2015 to May 6, 2016. The film will team Henry Cavill as Superman with Ben Affleck as Batman, with Israeli actress Gal Gadot appearing in the film as Wonder Woman, supposedly. The project was originally announced last year at San Diego's Comic-Con International. A release issued by the studio said the movie will allow the filmmakers time to realize fully their vision given the complex visual nature of the story. The Man of Steel sequel goes into production later this year and set to film in Michigan, so I guess they're not as far along in production as they said they were.
Yep.
Liars.
Stop the presses. HBO is ending Aaron Sorkin's acclaimed drama series The Newsroom after the upcoming 3rd season, the cable channel announced Monday. The Newsroom is classic Aaron Sorkin. Smart, riveting, and thought-provoking, said HBO programming president Michael Lombardo. I'm sure this farewell season will be one to remember. The surprise announcement will conclude the journalism drama, which is set at a fictional cable news network and stars Jeff Daniels, who won an Emmy for his role. The 3rd and last season will premiere this fall. The announcement marks the 2nd HBO drama series to get an end date in recent weeks. The network is also concluding Boardwalk Empire after this fall's 5th season. I wish I had HBO to watch both these shows, but I don't. So
HBO Go is fantastic. Yeah. Pivot is quite confident in hit record on TV. The cable extension of Joseph Gordon-Levitt's web endeavor has nabbed a 2nd season renewal ahead of its January 18th series premiere. Pivot president Evan Shapiro announced the pickup during the series Television Critics Association press tour panel on Saturday, studying strong web traffic for the first episode, which has already nabbed nearly 500,000 views since debuting online. It's about creating a supportive community that's not commercially minded, even though we do pay the artists. Gordon-Levitt said of the crowdsourced nature of hit record content, what's important is sincere connection between human beings. He is awesome.
Yeah, I like him a lot too. 500 Days of Summer is really good. Michael Douglas is doing his first comic book movie. The 69-year-old actor, who yesterday won a Golden Globe for his portrayal of Liberace in HBO's Behind the Candelabra, will play opposite Paul Rudd in Marvel Studios' Ant-Man. Douglas will play scientist Hank Pym in the Edgar Wright-helmed film, set to be released on July 31st, 2015. Interesting.
And as, of course, we all know, Hank Pym is the original Ant-Man, so we're going to see the next Ant-Man, so there might be a suit-stealing scenario or something like that, which is really cool. Last month, Louis C.K. signed an overall deal with FX, which airs his show, Louis, to develop and produce a new series. It was happy news for comedy fans, but it wasn't clear at the time whether anything would come of it very soon. Well, good news. FX has just announced that a new series is already in the works under the new deal, and CK is writing it with fellow comic Zach Galifianakis, who is set to star, so that's going to be awesome. FX doesn't provide any other details about the show, apart from a list of producers, all of whom have worked with either CK or Galifianakis before, but stay tuned.
He was good in American Hustle. Surprise, he's in American Hustle. Johnny Depp, Adam Sandler, Lindsey Lohan, and Movie 43 are among the esteemed company that will be battling for one of Hollywood's most widely shunned awards, the Razzies. The nominations for the 34th Annual Golden Raspberry Awards were announced Wednesday morning, and the list includes some of new names, including Depp, a first-time Razzie nominee for The Lone Ranger, as well as some old favorites, such as Sandler, Lohan, and Sylvester Stallone. Sandler's Grown Ups 2 led all films with 8 nominations. The Worst Picture nominees are After Earth, Grown Ups 2, The Lone Ranger, A Medea Christmas, starring Tyler Perry, is also up for the Worst Actress, and Movie 43.
I could have told you all those would have been nominated before they came out. This summer's Despicable Me 2 was a huge hit for Universal, becoming the studio's highest-grossing movie of all time and scoring an Oscar nomination for Best Animated Feature. It makes sense then that a follow-up is in the works, but fans are going to have to wait a few years to see it. Despicable Me 3 has an official release date and is set to hit theaters on June 30th, 2017. While that may seem like a long drought, audiences eager for more from reformed villain Gru's little yellow sidekicks will get to see a spin-off prequel called The Minions next summer. That film, due out July 10th, 2015, stars Sandra Bullock and John Hamm as villains and her inventor husband who want to take over the world. No word on a plot for Despicable Me 3. I did that.
It's okay.
Despicable Me 3 yet, but expect lots more shenanigans from Gru, voiced by Steve Carell, and his trio of adorable adopted daughters. Why do we need to know the release date for all these movies? Like right now, just 2016 is good enough.
Yeah. For Eric Dowling, I'm Adam Murray. That's the Hollywood Buzz, and stay tuned for more from Reeltv.
Hello and welcome back to Reeltv. I'm Brian C. Capone. Now it's time for Movie Trivia Disney Edition. Let's meet our contestants. Hello everyone, how are you today?
Good.
Very good. We'll go down the line, introduce yourself, and tell me your favorite Disney movie.
I'm Ryan, and my favorite Disney movie is Up.
I'm Rachel, and my favorite Disney movie is Aladdin.
My name is Gabe, and my favorite Disney movie is Mulan.
All right, you guys ready to play?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna ask you multiple choice questions. First one to buzz in, or honk in your case, Gabe. Get the point. And there is a prize today.
Okay.
All right, let's get started.
Competition.
Question 1. In Mary Poppins, what animal was on the end of Mary Poppins' umbrella that spoke? Was it A, a tiger, B, a parrot, C, a flamingo, or D, a turtle?
Who?
It was...
Yeah, I was right.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. I think it's C, a flamingo.
All right, any other answers?
Oh,
Yes, Rachel?
B, a parrot.
Gabe, what's your answer?
I believe it is C, a flamingo.
All right, let's take a look.
I'm not even sure what the
Maybe
answer
I'm wrong
was.
then.
What is
I
it?
thought I
Like,
knew.
no one guessed it.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Rachel gets the point.
Yay.
There you
1
go.
point for
That's
Rachel.
exciting.
Great job.
No idea what that one was.
All right, well, good.
Okay.
Well, you guys
Well
get another
done.
one.
Yay.
Question 2. What is the name of
Okay.
Charles Muntz's giant
Oh, okay.
airship? Was it, I think this is from Up, was it A, the Spirit of Adventure, B, the Flight of Adventure, C, Flight of Fancy, D, Spirit of Exploration, or E, Spirit of Wilderness? Oh, Ryan, you got it.
I'm pretty sure that is D, Spirit of Exploration.
All right, any other answers?
I believe it is A, Spirit of Adventure.
I was between those two.
I would guess A if I had to guess, but I
I'm
have no
gonna be mad
idea.
if I get this wrong.
Okay, let's take a
I
look.
have no idea.
It's A,
Oh.
Spirit of Adventure. 2 points
guessed
for
it
Rachel,
'cause
1
you
point
guessed
for
it.
Gabe.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
I don't even know my
I
favorite
guess
movie.
it's
Jeez.
It was your favorite movie.
I know.
But don't worry,
Bummer.
we have another question.
It's a great movie.
Leave another one.
Great movie.
All right, next one. According to Disney, how many spots were painted on the dogs in the original 101 Dalmatians? Oh gosh.
Oh,
All right, was it A, 8,324,555,
what?
B, 6,469,952, C, 9,343,003, D, 3,424,043, or E, 6,493,412 spots. Just give me your best guess for this one. Oh, Gabe.
I believe the correct number would be B, and I'm not even, no. Yes, B. I'm not even going to say it, but B.
Okay, B.
If I had to guess, I'd guess E. But
I would go A on this one.
All right, let's take a look.
Oh,
B.
it's B.
Wow.
Oh.
Good.
I knew it. I just knew it all
We got
along.
tiebreaker. We got tiebreaker.
Oh yeah.
Tiebreaker.
Our director's gonna come out and.
All right, so the tiebreaker question. What Pixar character appears in 2 differently titled Pixar movies? Is it A, Flick from Bug's Life, B, Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles, C, Boo from Monsters, Inc., or D, Nemo from Finding Nemo?
I mean, I don't have
This
to
is
answer
the
this, right?
tiebreaker?
Yeah.
Yes,
Between me and Rachel?
Yeah, it's you two. I think I know what it is.
Gabe.
I'm going to say Boo from Monsters, Inc.
Rachel.
I'm gonna guess the Bugs Life character.
Flick.
Flick. Yes.
What's the answer, Eric? Oh, he's
I think
coming
it's
out.
Boo.
Gabe is correct.
It's Boo.
Gabe is
There
correct.
you go.
Gabe wins. Good job.
It's been a pleasure playing with all of you.
Good job, Ryan.
Oh my
I
gosh.
tried.
And
You're
your
the-
prize is a
Hey.
Finding
wow.
Nemo
Finding
DVD.
I appreciate it. This is huge. I've always wanted Finding Nemo. Wow, this is a
Alright,
big,
good job,
big
everybody.
prize. I'm very happy.
Job.
Well, that's a wrap for another episode of Real
Awesome.
TV. Thanks so much for joining us. Once again, I'm Brian, and this is Real TV. Have a good night, everyone.
Yay.
What else is Boo in?
I have no idea, but